Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna build a gaming computer.
Alright, so Junior's plan for 2023 is to have a YouTube channel, and he just turned 7, and probably since he was 5 he's been asking for a gaming computer. And Santa came through this year, delivered a whole bunch of pieces. We gotta put them together.
Probably 5.5, because I got my Switch for Christmas, and then I was probably like, I forget because that was literally 2 years ago. So I forget.
So yeah, right around 5 years old he started asking for a gaming computer, but we it seems like it's finally about time to get him going, so we'll get this thing built. So yeah, we'll start off, we'll get the motherboard out, we'll get the CPU in it, and we'll go from there. So come on along and watch us build this thing. All right, for our motherboard, we got a MSI Mag B550 Tomahawk with Wi-Fi, which is good because this is the one room in the house that doesn't have Ethernet.
What does that mean?
Ethernet, that is the internet cable. So instead of using Wi-Fi, you use a cable.
Oh yeah, we're lucky Emma's not sleeping here right now.
This is also the baby's room. This is where Emma sleeps. So
yeah, that's
gaming,
why there's a crib right in front of me.
So gaming will be limited to when Emma is not asleep. So let's go ahead and get this motherboard open, bud. All right, you got it? All right, so we've been mooned. That's the back side. So here's the top side of the motherboard. All right, so when we look at the motherboard, Junior, you got, this is the part that you'll see on the outside of the computer. This is the I/O interface. So that's where all your USB ports will go in. These are for HDMI for like video, but we're not going to use those because we have a graphics card over there. And this is where the Ethernet would plug in. And if you look at the front of it, or the top of it, I guess, the top, right? These are your slots. So this is the PCIe slot, these two. So this is where your graphics card will go. And then these right here, these M.2s, this one's an M.2, I think. Yeah. This is where your, that's where the, I just said it and I forgot it again. The hard drive. that's where your that's where your solid state drive will go. We've also got a 2 terabyte spinny drive for storage. And then you have these slots here. This is where your RAM will go. And then this is where your CPU will go in. So
you keep messing up a bunch of your words.
I don't know. Must be camera shy. What do you think? So let's start with, usually build from the bottom up. So let's start with the CPU. We'll put that in. And then we'll probably do the hard drive and the memory. And then we will get it into the case. And we'll go from there. All right, so for a CPU, we got a Ryzen 7 5800X. So you want to go ahead and put this in? So if you look at it.
Right here,
yep,
so I put it the same thing.
So if you look at it, if you look at the bottom of the CPU, and we look at this, you see how everyone has like a notch? If you look at all the pins, right, those are all holes that the pins are going to go in. You see how this one's a different shape? These are all like corners notched off. And this is like a little jog there, a little dog leg. You'll see that the CPU has the same exact, get the focus on it, the same exact notch right there.
That one has that little piece.
Right.
And then that one right there is that little piece.
And you see how this one's identified? It has like a little gold arrow. And you see this little white dot right there? That gold arrow is going to line up with that white dot. So lift this lever up right here.
Lift this lever?
Yep. So just gently roll it up. There you go. Now take your CPU.
I've never flipped a lever. I might have, but...
So gently, you just want to place it on.
Like that.
And then just kind of move it until it falls into place. So just kind of push it in that direction. because you don't want to bend the pins. See how it just fell into place?
Mm-hmm.
Now you can give it a little push down. It feels good. And then just gently roll that lever back down. Locked into place. There you go. CPU installed.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Mm-hmm.
Nicely done. So now we'll do our, let's do the hard drive.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll get the hard drive out.
I remember you have one of those on your computer.
Yep, every computer has a hard drive. And they got solid state.
I always see it on the side of your computer.
On the side?
Yeah. You know that red little plug on the side?
Oh, I know. That's an external hard drive. All right, now take the other screw out.
Wait, honestly, I did it that fast. Oh, probably because last time I didn't do it that quick.
There you go. Should be able to pull it right off now.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. Perfect. So now that's going to go down like that.
Yep.
But what you want to do
Just push it down like that.
is take that cover you just took off and put that right on top.
Right on top of there.
Yep. That's what's going to hold it down.
And then screw it back on.
Exactly.
Is it that way?
Just like that.
Okay, now screw it the opposite way, right?
Right.
I'll do this one first. What's so easy about these screws, but they're so easy.
Perfect.
Now we're gonna put the RAMs in.
There you go. Push down on both sides till it clicks. Good job.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And same thing with this one, right?
Yep. And we're gonna use the second
Okay,
slot and the fourth slot.
And the words go that way.
Correct.
Okay. Oh, no wonder. I was facing it to the wrong slot.
And push this one down.
Oh.
There you go.
Wait.
Cool. Let's make sure it's seated all the way. Good to go. So now we'll put the cooler on the CPU. So now Junior's taking these brackets off
Whoa, that was quick.
because his
I surely did that one quick.
his cooler uses a different kind of, it just screws on, right? So we'll take these off. And then he will apply some thermal paste, right?
All this stuff is right here. Now I'm gonna apply some thermal paste.
So you're gonna go for the line method. There you go. Perfect. The perfect amount of thermal paste, right? Good job. So now we'll put the CPU cooler on, right?
I wanted to make sure it was a little bit not near the edge because if that was near the edge, then it would just strip off. So.
Right. Nice work.
So I was just gonna try to do that.
That was a good application.
Weird that paste is where it's like sticking to a fan.
There we go.
Compute. Oh, this way.
Perfect.
That's good enough.
And then come down to this one over here. And we're going to tie them in a crisscross pattern, right?
Yeah.
All right, that's all tightened down. Now you're just going to plug in the CPU fan.
Okay. Like that.
Perfect. And that's just notched. And it's even labeled CPU fan, which is nice. All right, so now we got the motherboard built up about as much as we can out of the case. So let's get the case set up. We'll get the power supply in it. And then we'll mount the motherboard. And we're gonna be on the home stretch here pretty soon. We'll have this thing up and running real soon. All right, so first things first, let's get the power supply in it. So you know what the power supply does? So the power supply is right behind you. It's in that box.
This one?
Yeah.
Ooh, this is heavy.
It's heavy, right?
Oh, it's the cube. It's the cube one I was giving you.
Right.
And I said it was heavy.
So the power supply does just that. It supplies the power to the computer.
That's a lot of wires in there.
So this is the power source for the computer. Right? So what this does, this plugs into the wall, plugs into here in the power supply, and this creates power. This plugs all into the computer. It runs everything. It creates all different kinds of voltages. So it takes AC in, 110 volts, which is what comes out of our wall, and converts it into DC, 3.3 volts, 5 volts, 12 volts, as well as negative 12 and a positive 5 volt SB, whatever that is. But this is what creates all the different voltages the computer needs, because the computer needs all different kinds of voltages. So this converts it and turns it into stuff the computer can use. So this is going to mount on the bottom, right? So we're going to take it. You see these screws right here? There's screw holes right here that line up with it. So you're going to take those screws. I'll hold this up. We'll mount this in here.
These black screws.
Yep. You ready? Come on over.
Do I need this?
Yeah. See that hole right there?
Yep.
All right, put a screw in there, please.
Okay, that's right. You did awful. This way, right?
Yep. Perfect. And then put one over
I
here.
get it tightened first and...
Well, you want to get them all started before you tighten them. Because you got multiple holes. If you tighten that one down, this one might not line up anymore. You know what I mean?
Good.
It's always a good idea to get them all finger tight first. Perfect. While we have it on its side, we might as well get the spinny drive mounted. So this is a, can I see that cardboard box over there?
This one? Oh, the cardboard one. Right.
So you see this bracket down here? You can put up, the lighting's kind of not so good in here, but this bracket right here is where we're going to mount the hard drive. So we already put a hard drive on the motherboard, remember? So that's a solid state drive.
Let me get this phone.
So that has 500 gigabytes of storage. And we'll put the operating system on that. So we'll put like Windows on that. And then this has 2 terabytes of memory. And these are a little slower. These hard drives are slower than a solid state drive. But this has 2 terabytes of storage, so you can put you can store games and stuff like that on there. That way you're not, you can't rewrite a solid state drive over and over again.
But how do you store games in here?
It's all electric. It'll go through these plugs. So what we'll do is we're going to take this. We're going to line up with these holes. See that? Just like that. And let's get some screws. And we'll tighten that down.
That Minecraft makes no sense. You can make a block float. Does that make no sense?
It doesn't make any sense.
Only sand blocks or something like that will fall. Makes no sense. Imagine that tree, right? you chomp down a piece of wood, it floats. Literally, it's floating there.
That's how it works. That's Minecraft world,
That's
baby.
so funny.
Right.
I see it.
Put these screws back in.
Hey, my head fits in there.
Your head fits in there.
Look, I can just watch. Look it. I can just put my head in here, look around, and see what he's doing.
Well, we might need that. That's a good skill to have when building a computer.
Oh, good.
Is a head that fits inside.
It's
So
at least I'm big enough.
If anyone needs to go inside the computer, we know we have someone to do it.
Me, I can just go in the computer.
Yeah, this will be the first video of many, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is the start of your new channel. And this is going to be the computer that we're going to edit this video on.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get some editing
In
software
a
on
couple
this.
of years, I'll probably be able. When I have enough like skills on the computer, I'll do some mods by my. When I know how to do mods by myself, or you can help me. I really want to have multiple channels on this channel, so I can make like a gaming channel of me.
Well, you can do gaming on this channel if you want.
Oh. It doesn't have to be just like
No,
building. It can also be gaming.
I think your channel should be whatever you want it to be.
Because really, this was my idea, actually.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is I think the channel should be
Mhm.
whatever you want it to be.
Mhm.
It should be about you
Mhm.
and whatever you like,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And you like gaming,
Mhm. And I like building.
and you like building. So it's New Year's Eve while we're doing this, and Junior has his balloons downstairs to pop. Well, probably should wait because Emma's asleep.
I know.
All right, so come here. So we got to manage all these cables. There's a lot of wires that we're actually not going to use.
Oh.
But let's start with, we need to power the hard drive, right?
Mhm. Hardly.
So Junior, just to show what we just did, remember we talked about this being a power supply?
Mhm.
So everything in here needs power to run,
Mhm.
right? Nothing has batteries, it needs power to run.
Mhm.
So,
Well, that's lucky it doesn't
His-
have batteries, so you don't have to just restore it.
right. So the hard drive we just installed needed power.
Mhm.
So we just ran a power cable down to it
Mhm.
and plugged it in. So now that has power, so that can operate.
Mhm.
So what we'll do now is we'll flip the case on its back
Mhm.
and let's get the motherboard mounted into the case. And then we can start running wires to the motherboard. So what we have to think about, and let's get the camera down here.
Yeah. Yeah, let's get the camera down there.
So take a look at this, Junior.
Mhm.
You see these right here?
That? Yeah, I
See that? You see that?
Yep, I see a
And
bunch of
these
them.
are called,
And then that, and then that.
those are
and then
called
that,
standoffs?
And that. They're all over the place.
Well, these in particular. See these right here?
Mhm.
Those are called standoffs. And that's what the motherboard is going to mount to.
Mhm.
You have to make sure, when we look at these motherboard,
Mhm.
that none of those standoffs, that all those standoffs are used and there's no extra ones. Because what can happen is the motherboard is just a circuit board.
Mhm.
And if the standoff isn't up against a hole, it's up against the circuit board,
Mhm.
the vibration of the fan of the computer running can cause it to rub through the trace and damage the motherboard. So we're going to go ahead and do that off camera to make sure everything is lined up right, and then we'll come back and get the motherboard seated in. All right, so the cool thing is with this motherboard, we don't need like an I/O shield. The I/O shield is built in.
Mhm.
So let's just go ahead and ever so gently, without getting my head in the camera,
Yeah.
we're gonna
Put those in the right spot.
put this in here. There we go.
Yes.
All right, it's in.
So you basically gotta make sure that it's all these corners are lined up, so it's like absolutely in the corner, so that when that's in the corner,
Right, we will.
connect to all of them.
Right, we want to make sure. The good thing is they have like a lineup pin right here
Mhm.
that lines up that center one, and then you have the I/O on the front, on the back. I mean, so it's all lined up. We'll go ahead and we'll put these screws in. We have a total of 3, 6, 8. So we have 8 screws to put in.
Oh,
So let's go ahead and get those in. We're gonna figure out which screws we need. We probably should have figured that out before
yeah.
we put that in, but that's okay. This is where a long screwdriver comes in handy. Alright, there's that.
You said you needed it.
Alright, so this is your graphics card. You ready? This is what creates the image to display on the screen. So what we have here is a AMD what is this? AMD 6700 XT. So now what we have to do, this is where your screen's gonna plug in. And remember what we talked about?
So that's basically the picture pops up on the screen.
Right, this creates the
That
picture.
creates like the picture of the game.
Right.
Okay.
So the CPU...
That is important, so you can see the game.
Right, so the CPU is the brain of the computer. And this is what creates the image. And this is what stores your memory. This, and then the one we put underneath, right? And this RAM is like short-term memory. So what we have to do to get this in, it's going to go down right here onto this port, but look in the back. If you look in the back, we have 2 slots here in its way. So we have to remove those. So let's tip this up. You want to take this off first, just to give us some space. We'll use a screwdriver.
Just take it off.
Yeah. Put a little bit of pressure on it. Right. There you go. Now you should build it with your finger. It's just a little knob.
Oh.
Perfect.
Well, I did it.
All right, so we're gonna take these 2 out. So grab your screwdriver and take these 2 slots out. We're actually gonna, I want to lay it down flat. It's not gonna be good for filming, but I don't want to drop these screws into the computer. So now you can take those out.
These?
Yep.
Oh, like that.
Perfect. Now we have a space for the
thing to go.
for our plugins. So, you ready? Let's put this in. Just like the RAM, you're gonna push it in here until it clicks. Okay? You ready?
Which way?
You know what we did? We took the wrong slots out.
So we
We're
need
gonna-
that one.
We're gonna take this
after?
one out. We'll take this one out, we'll move it up here. Let's try this again.
Yeah, now let's try them.
We'll line this up with the slot. You ready? Now we'll push down until it clicks. Click. Perfect. And then we'll put these screws back in. Those same screws that held that piece in.
Wait, so that holds that in?
Yes.
Here, I got the second one.
Thank you. So we have to run all the wires now from the power supply to the graphics card, to the motherboard, to everywhere power needs to go. And then we also have there's USB ports on top of here and the on-off switch. We need to wire that to the motherboard as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a flashlight because everything's labeled. And I just want to use my flashlight so we can make sure we get everything plugged into the right spots.
Yeah, even though I can see them.
You know what? You got good eyes. Maybe we don't need a flashlight.
Yeah.
We might not need one. So let's see what we got for plugs. You ready? Tip this back up.
That's a lot.
This is a lot of wires, and we have to make sure we want to wire it as neatly as possible.
Mhm.
Must connect power to PSU. So this goes to the power supply. This is actually going to be, so if we look at the case has its own plug, right? This is the USB port and stuff on the top and the on and off switch. This wiring is all for the lighting, and this is the lighting controller.
Mhm.
So we need to give that power to right here.
Mhm.
But let's focus on getting the computer or the motherboard the power it needs first.
Yeah.
So let's see. There should be a big header right here, which is right here. So it's big wire.
Mhm.
We'll run it through. Ready? We're gonna run it through the top here.
Mhm.
We'll plug this in. So this goes here.
Mhm.
This is gonna bring power to the motherboard.
Mhm.
Okay, so we got that plugged in. And we can tuck all this down here nicely and make it all disappear.
Wait.
This is going to be power for the graphics card.
Mhm.
Okay, so we're going to run that out probably the same hole. You want to make these wires as neat as possible, so you don't want to see many wires when the computer's done being built.
Mhm.
Right, so we'll run this up through here. And see the graphics card has 2 power supplies.
Mhm.
Okay, come check it out. So we'll plug these in here.
Mhm.
All right, so we're all cable managed in the back here. Not too many nightmares. It's a little messy on the bottom there, but it's all going to be covered in the back, by the back. And then here is the front of the case. Cable managed as best as we could. It looks pretty clean. It'll look good too. It's just a smoke glass cover, so a lot of that stuff will kind of disappear anyways.
Yeah.
So we'll get the front cover on, and then see how this thing runs.
Now the computer's all built. Now we're gonna test it out and see if it works for the first time. Feels so nice.
Nice, right?
Mhm.
Hit the button. It lights up.
It's on.
Let's look at the screen.
Now it's on already.
Let's see if we get anything on the screen.
Now it's on alright. That turned blue. I was expecting it to turn that color, but it actually turned blue. Mhm.
Oh, here we go. Something's happening.
Yep, something happened. I just saw this light up.
It may try to boot a couple times because the first startup.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh,
It's doing something.
it's trying.
It's trying. Like it doesn't know that it's like that it can actually like that it's where it is and like how to power on because it's never done it before.
Here we go.
It's going.
F11 is boot mode. So now we'll install Windows 11, we'll activate it, and we'll install some games. And you, my friend, are going to be a gamer on a computer. All right, looks like we're up and running. Everything works great. Junior, you did a great job, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
You should be proud of yourself. You made a working computer. We're just going to install some drivers, some odds and ends, get everything running 100%, get some games installed. What are we going to put in there? What do you think?
Hello Neighbor and Minecraft.
Hello Neighbor. Migrate's been dying to do some Hello Neighbor. So, that's about it. Till next time,
Mm-hmm.
what are you going to say?
Stay tuned for more videos. Make sure you like and subscribe.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.